Chidera was 15 years old, bright, and beautiful. Her skin glowed like morning light, her African braids always neatly styled. Every afternoon after school, she would head straight to her mother's eatery. Her mother, Madame Rose, owned the largest food shop in the town. The air was always filled with the aroma of jollof rice, fried chicken, and soups that made customers' mouths water. Madame Rose was a big woman with expensive lace dresses, and her husband, Chief Obinna Daniel, was tall and dignified, often admired wherever he went. The couple was rich, respected, and proud of their only child, Chidera. But there was another figure who always appeared around the eatery. A woman, about 40, in torn clothes, with hair often rough and eyes that looked both lost and gentle. She never caused trouble, but her presence made many uncomfortable. Customers called her names, but Chidera saw something different. Whenever she spotted the woman, Chidera's heart would ache. Without waiting for anyone's permission, she would carry a plate of food and walk to her. Here, Chidera would whisper, smiling kindly. The woman's hands would tremble as she took the plate. Her eyes would soften, and sometimes, just for a moment, she looked less like someone broken and more like someone who once had a life full of joy. "Thank you, my child," she often murmured. Chidera didn't know why, but she felt a strange pull toward the woman, as though invisible strings tied them together. Unknown to Chidera, this woman was not a stranger. Her name was Efyuneya, and many years ago, she had lived a very different life. Efyuneya had been beautiful, with a smile that could brighten the darkest day. But life had been cruel. While carrying a child, she had been abandoned, left to fend for herself. Weak, hungry, and with no family support, she wandered from place to place. Her feet led her to Madame Rose's eatery. Pregnant and exhausted, she often stayed nearby, begging for scraps of food. Some workers showed her kindness by passing her leftovers from customers' plates. One stormy night, Efyuneya gave birth behind the eatery, near wooden crates. The baby cried loudly while she fainted from exhaustion. Madame Rose, who had long prayed for a child but had none, found the newborn and felt it was destiny. When Efyuneya woke, she was too weak to hold on. Madame Rose took the baby and said, "This is God's gift to us." That baby grew up to be Chidera. Years passed. Chidera grew up in comfort, never doubting Madame Rose and Chief Obinna as her parents. But her kindness always drew her back to the wandering woman. Her friends teased her. "Why do you feed her? She looks dirty." Chidera only smiled. "She's still human. Everyone deserves kindness." Sometimes the woman whispered words that chilled Chidera's heart. My Chidera," but the girl never understood. One busy afternoon, when the eatery was filled with customers, the woman suddenly entered, her eyes blazing with emotion. She pointed at Madame Rose and cried, "You took my baby. Give her back to me." The room fell silent. Customers gasped. Madame Rose's face froze, then quickly hardened. "Ignore her," she said. "She doesn't know what she's saying." Workers hurried the woman outside. But her words sank deep into Chidera's heart. That night, she tossed in her bed, hearing them again and again. A few days later, Chidera overheard her parents speaking in their room. "What if she discovers the truth?" Chief Obinna said. "She must not." Madame Rose snapped. That woman was helpless. "We saved Chidera, gave her a good life. She is ours now." Chidera's heart pounded. Truth? The next day, she went to the woman and asked softly, "Tell me, who am I?" The woman's eyes cleared for a brief moment. She touched Chidera's face, tears falling. "You are mine. I carried you here, in this very place. They took you from me. You are my Chidera." The world spun around the girl. She. That evening, Chidera faced her parents. "Is it true?" she demanded. "Am I her child?" Madame Rose trembled, tears rolling down her cheeks. Chief Obinna looked away. Finally, Madame Rose whispered, "Yes, but we loved you. We gave you everything. We only wanted a child to call our own." "You should have told me," Chidera cried. "All these years, you kept me from her." From that day, Chidera spent more time with Ifananya. She washed her clothes, combed her hair, and gave her fresh food. Slowly, the woman's beauty shone again beneath the hardship. People mocked Chidera, but she didn't care. "She gave me life," she said simply. One quiet night, as Chidera sang softly, Ifananya held her hands. "Now I can rest," she whispered. That night, she closed her eyes and never woke again. Chidera wept like never before. She had just found her mother, only to lose her. But she was grateful for the short time they had shared. At the burial, Madame Rose and Chief Obinna stood with heads bowed, regret heavy in their hearts. In time, Chidera forgave them. "You raised me with love," she said. "But I will never forget where I came from." From then on, she promised herself to always show kindness to those who were forgotten, because she knew, behind every face was a story untold. Thanks you for watching to the end. Please subscribe for more interesting stories.